What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those who catch the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications when we do live chats. You can take part right along with us. So I was debating on just doing a random live chat today, and it still kind of is. But I've very much been back on a blue fragrance kick as of late, and felt it was necessary. Now, the opinions shared in this live stream are of my own. You may or may not disagree with them. If you just do disagree with them, do not bellyache and cry, because it's just my opinion. You like what you like. I like what I like. Because I've got 15 of my personal favorites that I believe are among the greatest blue fragrances ever created. Now, there's a few that you're hoping or expecting or really think I would put here that may not be here. Because I could have did 20, could have did 25, I could have did 30. I don't want to do a 3-hour live stream, because I could go on and on about blue fragrances. That is my jam. But we'll start it off with my favorite fragrance. I can't stress it enough, and it cracks me up, because not just one person. It's been multiple people now that have heard me state, like they'll watch the review video, and I say it's my favorite fragrance now. And they're like, well, Seraphine Blue versus Salvatore Ferragamo, Acqua Senzale Blue. And I'm like, hey, man, I don't know how much clearer it's my favorite fragrance can be. I have almost 2,000 bottles, and I said it's my favorite. So you can put it versus insert name of fragrance here, and it's my favorite. So this is absolutely in this video. We might as well start with it. It's my scent of the day again. I love this. I love this. I love this. The juice level continues to drop, and it will continue to drop. So glad I have the 4-ounce bottle, because this 2-ounce bottle, eventually I'll stop wearing it so much. When, I don't know, but this will continue to drop. And I'm not saying I'm going to finish the bottle this year, but I'm going to knock a lot of this 2-ounce bottle out this year, probably at least half of it. I would say half of this bottle. I'll definitely knock 1 ounce for sure out of this. And it won't be back till next summer. Not that I can't get another bottle next summer, but I'm glad, just in case I keep wearing it, I got the 4-ounce bottle sitting there waiting for me. So if you haven't checked out my review on this one, you really should. Pre-order's up. The link issue with 10% off seems to be no longer an issue. George talked to Shopify today. He's back from France. They couldn't give him an answer on what the hell the deal was with that, but should be good going forward for anybody that's pre-ordering through the link to get your extra 10% off. For those of you that did pre-order, didn't get the 10% off. George is addressing that over the next couple of days and adjusting the price and refunding for you guys and all the good stuff. Because most of you did get it, but some of you didn't. It was weird. Shopify thing, it was weird. But wintergreen, I still need to figure out who said that. But wintergreen, fresh minty tone at the top. The eucalyptus shines here. Very aromatic, soft and powdery, salty sea breeze, airy smell, like mist in the air type of aquatic. Soft floral, a little bit of iris, creamy, musky resin. Seaweed and sea notes. It's just, man, love it. Glad to start with this one. Can't stop saying enough good things about this one. Y'all are going to get sick of hearing me talk about this fragrance. And I can't wait for everybody who's going to smell a sample, who's going to buy a bottle, who's going to get a decant, who's in on a split. However the hell you're going to get your nose on this, I can't wait for everybody to get their nose on it. And not everybody's going to feel the way I feel. That's a guarantee. I may stand alone on this being my favorite fragrance. I don't know. And I don't care. I love it. But we're starting it off with Seraphine Blue. So let's get caught up with the comments and we'll dive into the other 14. But had to go on my rant. I always have a lot to say about that fragrance. I love wearing it. I just start spraying. I don't count the sprays. I literally go all the way around my neck for those of you that have been seeing the Scent of the Day Shorts videos. I see we have 80 so far. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up on the way in, because that 80 could turn into 180 with your help, because those thumbs ups definitely do help. Replica Sailing Day. And I replied to that already. Good to see you, Miss Heather. Cool Water will not be featured in this video. It is one of the greatest. It's iconic, but it's not in my 15. It is not in my 15. Dan Not the Man wearing Coco Loco, damn good fragrance. That is in here, undoubtedly. You don't need to worry about that. And like I said, no one's talking about it here either. So. Oceania, my top 5 blues are Bleu de Chanel Parfum, Dior Sauvage EDP, Elysium, Percival, Ex Nihilo Blue Talisman, which I still haven't tried yet. P.S. I'm waiting for the Zaharoff. I can't wait for you to smell it, my man. We had to start with it. It's my scent of the day. It's the reason for the topic. I've been wearing stuff prior, Sauvage Parfum and Prada Carbon and Jasada Ambassador, and I've been wearing a lot of blue mass appealing stuff. But I've been wearing shit out of this for weeks. Like I said, that's a lot of sprays right there, guys, in a 3-week span. So I've been on a blue fragrance kick, man. I really have. Joel, good to see you, sir. I did see your Sin of the Day post. I've never tried that fragrance. I hope you're enjoying it. I've never heard of this. Please review this one. Well, it has to interest me. If it's something I'm going to spend money on, it has to interest me. So I'll look into it, but I make no promises. I make no guarantees, my man. Creed Original Vetiver. That's so good. That is so good. Such a great fragrance. Let them know, Joel. Let them know. So there's a variety of things. Being easy on the nose and versatile are like definitives for me. It has to have those attributes. Usually the modern blue is going to have synthetics, but there's subcategories to blue. You got light blue, you got dark blue, you got sweet blue, you got aquatics. Aquatics are kind of its own oceanic blue segment. There's a variety. So it's not just a color to a juice or a bottle or a cap or blue being in the name, because there's blue fragrances that have nothing to do with the color when you visually look at it or read the name. There's nothing to do with that. It comes down to highly versatile, mass appealing, synthetic, crowd pleaser, fresh, just something that most people will like, that's kind of works for everything, but doesn't really excel at any one situation, but it'll work in every situation, from casual all the way up to like semi-formal. Nothing that's going to be real dressy. There's rare examples that I think work with a suit and tie, Bleu de Chanel Parfum and Polo Blue Parfum, which we'll be talking about a little bit. Those are two glaring examples of blue fragrances that I think do work with suit and ties. But there's no specific definitive thing. It's kind of a make-believe genre that's been created, and everybody's going to have varying definitives on what classifies as a blue fragrance. I kind of, like I said, I have subcategories within blue because there's so many things that can twist and turn into what a blue fragrance actually is. So it's kind of a difficult question to answer, as you can tell by my long, wordy answer. Good to see you, sir. Strong with you, Leather, from the office, but glad to see everyone. FWO for life. Hell yeah. Well, I'm getting there, man. I haven't weighed myself since Monday. My next check-in is tomorrow because I don't want to know. I went from weighing myself every day to I'm skipping to this check-in because I'm just focused. Because depending on what I weigh tomorrow depends on if I get a refeed day on Saturday or not. So I've literally just been focused on grindstone, burn the shit out of some calories, full effort, no matter how dog-ass tired I am, because I'm sure I got some tired eyes going. I'm a caffeine junkie right now because the carbs are non-existent for the most part. I've been powering through it, and I'm hoping that scale tomorrow affords me moderate. It's not even really high carb, moderate carb day on Saturday, because it's the only thing I have to look forward to with my boring ass aggressive meal plan. So fingers crossed that tomorrow I get on that scale and my coach is like, okay, you can have a high carb day Saturday. I do not want to do another dig day. Tomorrow's a dig day, but I do not want a dig day Saturday. I want to have some carbs for the love of God. My metabolism and my body are dying for it. Burberry Indigo, hidden gem of a fragrance. That's a damn good fragrance. That could have made it, but it didn't make it. If we'd expanded beyond 15, like I said, I could do 50, honestly. I got so many blue fragrances that are great. Good to see you, sir. It is Thursday. Opened up the big 150 ml. Hell yeah. That's a good one. That's a damn good one. I'm glad we're talking blue fragrances. I'm glad I sparked that conversation with you guys with this topic. Legend Spirit. That's a beautiful light blue. Houston Z14. Agneta and Noble. Hey, go for it, man. Chanel Laurent Edition Blanche. Roy, good to see you, sir. Hope y'all doing well. Creed Millesime Imperial lasted almost 2 hours today. It wasn't that bad last time. Will, good to see you. Wearing coconut daiquiri. Dylan Blue to work. Invictus out the shower. Hell and yeah. That's two great choices right there. So we're going to dive into the next one here in a second. I just want to get kind of caught up. Well, this isn't ranked. Unless I tell you it's ranked, it's not ranked, which is rare. Like the Dior video today was in the title, it was ranked, and I literally went 19-1. I don't rank most of the time. Sometimes I'll say I did save my favorite for last, but most of the time it's not ranked because this would have been number one. We wouldn't have started with this. You know, it's my sin of the day, so it made sense to start with it. Instant Crush. Club de Nuit Limited and Wide EDP. Dunhill Icon. William with the 199 super sticker. I appreciate that, sir. So let me jump down a little bit here because I want to go ahead and get into a few more of these. Shut up, Jay. I say that to Jay because Jay's always trolling and joking because he heard me distinctively and clearly say that, so he's trying to be funny. See, right now, Jay is entertaining himself because part of the entertaining himself is he wants me to jump on his case about saying something stupid because he's trying to be funny. So that's what this is. So he's getting what he wants right now. So congratulations, Jay. Can't wait to get mine. I hope you enjoy it. Guerlain Homme EDP old formulation. Yeah, absolutely. The hard thing about Seraphim is the waiting period. Yeah, June 1st. Ships June 1st. Montrese, good to see you, man. I figured you'd like that. Prodalome Intense. So I notice you say Joel's all the time. Are you talking to Joel? Oh, it's missing the apostrophe. Because I always notice you always say that. And I'm like, is he talking to Joel? He's got to be talking to Joel. So almost to the bottom. We're almost there. Almost there. Fragrance Attorney, good to see you, sir. L'Homme Cologne Blue. Hey, man, that wouldn't dare crack this 15, but it is a damn good. It's super, super underrated in the YSL L'Homme line itself. So I'm skipping around a little bit. Flowman Renewed, good to see that, sir. Sure appreciate it. Kicks Griffey's in the house. Isola Blue. I intentionally left that one out because I didn't want to put more than one Roger Parfums fragrance. I do have a specific, and no, it's not Elysium Parfum Cologne. It's not the blue bottle. It's the Parfum. I'll just let you guys know. Figured we switch it up because, I mean, it's a given that I love Isola Blue, but I wanted to mix this up a little bit because, guys, I could put 15 different fragrances and do this 4 or 5 different times because I have so many that I just think are just incredible blues. So let me skip one down. I was so far behind. It's unbelievable. Eau de Mots Tariq. That is a good one. That is not in my 15 here, but that is a good one. That's a great niche blue. Of course I did. We've covered it on live stream. We sure have. So, all right, actually made it to the bottom. Okay, so with that said, I could have put Profondo Parfum here, but we got to put the GOAT. We got to put the GOAT. This is definitely one of the greatest blue fragrances of all time. It's a darker blue because the incense patchouli here gives it this dark resinous edge. It's not all that earthy, but the patchouli does stand out a bit here, but obviously it's mainly about incense. But my God, is this one of the greatest? This is like Mount Rushmore blue right here. Like we were doing 4. There's an argument for it being in the 4 because it's that good. Supreme Aquatic with dark resins. I mean, phenomenal performance. Aqua de Jo, all grown up and matured. Dressy occasion, Aqua de Jo. This is one that you can kind of get away with a suit and tie. This one dresses up better than most when it comes to blues. Not better than Bleu de Chanel Parfum. But it gets there, and it's a monster performer. So here's one that absolutely had to be here. I'm sure a lot of you will agree with this pick with Aqua de Jo Profumo. And then we're going to slide right on into one that got mentioned earlier with Percival. Percival's phenomenal. And anybody, and I mean this shit, I'm standing on this hill, standing on business, as the kids like to say these days. If you think this is weak, you're going nose blind. Come at me. You're going nose blind. This is not a weak fragrance. I go nose blind too. I'll fill up every room I walk in with 3 or 4 sprays on this one for hours and hours and hours. This is a nuclear performer. I don't want to hear shit about a batch code. It's nose fatigue. I swear on my life, God strike me dead if I'm lying. It is nose fatigue. People argue with me all the time about going nose blind to fragrances. It happens. It really happens. It's a sensitivity thing, and it's highly synthetic. But boy, when it comes to the fierce profile, I really believe, now this is a strong opinion here, and some may disagree, and it's okay. I think this is the ultimate way to smell like the fierce DNA. I think this is so far above actual Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. It's not even funny. It's comical, actually. I take that back. It is funny. It's comical because it's so much better. even though it's loaded with synthetics, cologne and Brox and things like that. It still smells of higher quality. And again, nuclear performance, compliment factory. Obviously, not every time you wear it, you're going to get a compliment here. You may never get a compliment. Situation to situation. It varies for everyone, but this is ridiculous. This had to be here. It was hard. I was hard pressed to not put it here. I was debating, should I, shouldn't I? It deserves it. It's that good. Percival from Parfums de Marly. I'm going to slide right into one more that I was told has to be here, and of course it would be here. Aqua Cinziali Blue. And yes, I like Seraphine Blue more. I keep getting asked that. Yes, Jay, I like Seraphine Blue more. But man, the last time I wore a fragrance as much as this was this. Because I was trying to think the other day, because in the video I was like, I don't know, 10 years. In the last 10 years, the last time for a several week stretch that I just almost every day, or even for like 2 weeks straight, wore the same thing every day was this. When I first got this, I knocked like a third of this bottle down in a month. That's the last time something like this happened. So here you go. So what's different about this one is it'll remind you of Dylan Blue. It'll remind you of a little bit of Bleu de Chanel, but it's still its own thing. It's a powdery lavender tonka bean. It's a sweeter blue. Cypriol oil brings this earthy tone to the fold that kind of grounds it from being too sweet and too powdery, but is indeed a powdery fragrance, above average performance. Nice hit of citrus at the top. You do smell a little bit of Ambrox in here, but it's nice and fresh and spicy at the top. This one's highly versatile. You can get away with it in the summer. I don't think it's ideal for the summer. I think it's ideal for spring, fall, and works well in the winter when you want a blue with some more density, some more oomph to it. I think that's where something like Aqua Cinziali Blue from Ferragamo really shines. It's still one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. Still the best affordable blue money can buy, in my opinion, of course. And we'll do one more before we slide on into the comments again. Xerjoff Mephisto, my favorite take and twist on the Silver Mountain Water DNA. Silver Mountain Water is phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but I like how this goes more metallic and floral than inky and herbal. Still has the clean musk and the bright citrus. They're both metallic, but this doesn't have all of the black currant giving that inky feel. It doesn't have the tea note giving that green herbal feel. This has rose and iris that gives it this floral powdery smell. I just love it. I think this is superior for my taste anyways. It's superior. This is more of a light blue than it is a darker blue, and it's not just because of the color of the bottle. Highly versatile, beautiful, fresh fragrance. If you've never smelled this one, you really should. It's that good to me anyways. It's that good. So 153 in the chat. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Strong opinions here today. I'm not fucking around. Strong opinions here today. So let's get caught up in this chat. I am having a great day. I hope you are as well. Polo Blue Parfum will be there. It is indeed here. Wearing Polo Ultra Blue, and I'm headed to work today. Great choice. Absolutely great choice. How are you, sir? Bleu de Chanel EDP. Why EDP? Sauvage Parfum. It killed me to not put Sauvage Parfum here. I talked about it already today in this morning video. OG Coach for Men. That's a great option. Versace Pour Homme. That's a great list right there, man. It really is. The only fragrance I got 3 bottles of. Big unopened 200 ml, 100 ml, and an unopened 75 ml. Damn, it's impressive. Mike Cop Percival. I missed that Fierce DNA. It is the ultimate way to smell like Fierce. Like I said, I'll die on that hill. That's one of these strong opinions I'm talking about. I will die on that hill. That is the way to go. It's the most expensive route, but it's the most for your money too. It's the best performing. It's the best smelling, I think. Agreed. It's really, really strong. Really, really strong. Mephisto's phenomenal. Percival to Plat. There's some elements that tie it to one another, but I think there's just as many differences as there are similarities there. I would say maybe 50%. It's much more of green fougere-ish classic style with Platinum Egoist, whereas Percival's much more of like a modern synthetic musk. You know, Rick, good to see you wearing tuxedo. Damn good choice. A lot of fragrance smells on and off during the whole projection. I know it's nose fatigue. It's damn right it is. Nose fatigue, man. I get argued with on a daily basis about that. I'm about to abandon my comment section because people expect me to not answer the way I would answer, like right here and now, face to face. I'm supposed to be You know, oh, thank you for watching. You know, I don't really feel that way, but I don't talk like that. I get shit for how I talk in my comments all the time. I'm telling you, I'm this close to abandoning my comment section. I'm this close. I get why people don't reply in their comments. And a lot of times, like, oh, I can't believe you actually replied, because most people don't. Because not every situation's a lose-lose when you reply to your comments, but more times than not, it's lose-lose. Because if I'm straight up being myself in the comments, I get shit for it. It's like, you like me, but you don't like me. Fucking pick one. You know, I'm me at all times. Also got a decan of Acqua di Gio Profumo, and I have to say that even though I haven't tried it on my skin yet, sprayed in the air to see what it smells like, and I instantly fell in love with it. Easy to fall in love with, man. There was a reason that it got so much hype for so long. It's sad that it's discontinued. The Parfum is a really close representation. It's still really good. It's not as good. I'm not going to sit here and act like it is, but it's like 80% of the magic. It's really, really close. Reflection Man, I do not deem to be blue at all, nor do I deem Leighton to be blue at all. Just because it's in a blue bottle doesn't make it a blue fragrance. So neither of those are here, sir. Those are not blue fragrances according to how I view them. Rick definitely loves his Lattafas for sure. All right, well, I got to skip ahead a little bit. I'm so freaking behind. I get behind. As soon as I go on a little 1 minute tangent, it's over with. I get behind. See, he's trying to be funny. Come on now. Yeah, you know better than that. Come on now. Dylan Blue. We will be getting into that one in a little bit. A bit late. Sin of the day, Gucci Envy. Now, I can't help when I see Sup Brother, immediately I think of Sketch. What's up, brother? I mean, naturally, in today's world, you got to think of it that way, right? I mean, I know you know who the fuck I'm talking about. He's wildly popular. So, yeah, shout outs to Sketch. What's up, brother? My wife's actually turned me on to him, and now he's on all of my algorithms in the last like month. He's everywhere. Shout outs to him for getting announced one of the Texans draft picks in the second round, I think it was. So usually it's a lot more of the modern synthetics, the synthetic ambergris, amberwood, these highly synthetic C notes accords, and Broxen, things like that. It's one of the goats. And I didn't put it in here because I didn't want to put multiple Versace fragrances up. I chose to go with Dylan Blue here. But when it comes to the king of the office, in my opinion, that is Versace Pour Homme. There you go. I wore it on Sunday. Ralph's Club Parfum. That's a great blue fragrance in itself, too. It's Seraphine Blue Limited. It will be back next year. So whenever the stock runs out, it won't be back till next year. He only made so many. And when it's out, it's out. So if it makes it to launch, great. If not, then it doesn't. Based on its current pace of sales, I would say maybe mid-June, maybe end of June at the latest before it's sold out. So you got, at least a few weeks. Should make it to launch to where people can get samples and everything. I would think it'll make it to June 1st with some stock still, but I don't see it going too far after that because once you all start talking amongst yourselves publicly, sales are going to spike again. It happens every time you guys like a fragrance. I just start the conversation. You guys expand it. I'm not the hype. No matter how much I love this, I'm just the only person talking about it currently. But once you all get it, that's where the hype happens. I get blamed for hype. No. I'm a conversation starter when it comes to these Zaharoff releases. You guys sell fragrances, not me. Stop calling me a salesman. I ain't selling shit. I'm just telling you guys my experience with it and starting the conversation. You then all talk about how much you either like, love, or don't like the fragrance with your posts and your conversations and comments and chats and all that. You guys are the hype, not me. Again, conversation starter, hype makers. Now that we're clear on that. Uh-oh. For me, I would probably go Prada L'Homme Low. I should put that one here. I could have put that one here, but I didn't. It's definitely a blue-leaning type of iris fragrance. Time to try the Old Creed. Didn't come in yet. It was supposed to be here 2 days ago. Shout outs to USPS for being fucking useless. Shout outs to them. It's been in Jacksonville for 3 days, which is past me. Literally went past me. It's in Pensacola now, as of 2:03 this morning. So, guys, I want to let y'all know it left the initial facility that it got shipped from April 29th. It is May 16th. 19 days since it was shipped and left the initial facility it was shipped at. Again, USPS is terrible compared to what it used to be. Terrible. Happens a lot more often than it used to with stuff like these crazy delays, packages getting lost. I'm just glad it got found. I hope it's not busted. It could be busted. I don't know. Can't be replaced. It's Invictus Aqua 2016. I placed my order as soon as I finished your video. Most of the time, if you like something, I like it as well. Fingers crossed. I hope you enjoyed even half as much as I do, because I love it. Jazz Club's a great fragrance. Pick a side, just like Drake and Kendrick. Shout outs to Kendrick. There's my side. These live chats are usually too late for me. I'll watch the replay. Ross, you're the best fragrance content creator out there, at least for me. Keep going. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're able to make it and you're able to take part in the chat with us. Ralph's Club EDP, that is a good one. Could y'all own two in Armand Jane, Montebaco Verano versus Intensivo? I actually had that discussion, Montebaco Verano versus Intensivo. I prefer the freshness ever so slightly in Verano over Intensivo, wildly redundant to one another. I do have both. And Kajal Ohm too, I haven't worn in a couple of years. It's my least favorite of the four Kajal Ohms. Brioni EDP Intense is good stuff. Intensivo is great. It's a heavier on the tobacco note. It's an oriental aromatic. Reflection Man is a creamy floral. I like that. I wouldn't put either in the blue genre. Me either. I wouldn't put either in blue. Bleu de Chanel, Y EDP, and Le Parfum. Missoni Wave, Profondo, and Aqua Santiago Blue. That's a great list. Go 20 sprays of Percival and tell me it doesn't perform. Don't do that. Don't do that, anyone. Please don't do that. You're wasting sprays. You're not even going to smell them. Your nose is going to go like that. Versace Pour Homme, Chanel L'Homme Sport. And hey, that's a great three. I agree. And I like how you left Prada L'Homme off of there, because it is great for the office. But I think all three of your picks are better for an office setting. It is called Signature Seraphine Blue. There you go, sir. Halloween Man Hero, solid fragrance. Nope, not yet, not yet. Wait for this blue-green beast. It's so unique, man. From pre-sale. So this is rare. The only other time he allowed the 10% by using my affiliate link to go with the pre-sale price was Black Rose. He never, I mean, the very, very beginning, like years ago, like we're talking Royale and Noir release, was like the last time. Because y'all got to understand, he's really dipping into profit margins by doing pre-sale price. And on top of that, there's 10% off to you guys. Obviously, I get a commission. It's an affiliate link. You know, that's not a secret. So he ain't making much. You know what I mean? So that's super generous of George. Super generous. It's so he shocked me that he wanted to do it this time. It shocked me when he did it with Black Rose. It had been years since he allowed the 10% to go with the pre-sale price. So rare. So let me find a good stopping point. We're going to dive into another one. Yes, sir. Let them know. You're the flame. We're the gasoline. That's a good way to look at it. I start the fire. You guys fuel it. That's a great way to look at it, Joel. I like that. I don't recall ever trying any personally. Now that you mention it. Shout out to USPS for being fucking useless. Yeah, you can use it. Waiting for Invictus Aqua 2025. I mean, I hope it does so more people can get it. Shout out to Jose for being so generous. And look, the main reason I'm glad it didn't get lost is because that man just out of good faith was sending that to me when he could have sold it and made some money off of it. And I'd have been pissed for him. I'd be disappointed for not get here. But if I was the person sending it out, I'd be even more pissed off at USPS, because like, how do you lose that? I can't replace that. You know what I mean? So, well, I had somebody that works for USPS when I did my last little rant, when I had like 3 of the 4 major parcel carriers fuck up in one day, FedEx, DHL, and USPS twice on that particular day. Somebody from FedEx and from USPS DM'd me on Instagram. And apparently there's some new head director for the Postal Service that's kind of eliminated the customer service part of it. They've shut a lot of these sorting facilities down, according to them, and it's just not what they just, the philosophy of customer service isn't at the forefront anymore, is how I was explained. I'll leave this person anonymous. I don't want them to get in trouble, but it's perspective. It's something I assumed along those lines happened, and he just confirmed it. Basically was reaching out on behalf, like, man, I'm sorry you're going through it. It sucks for us too as employees. Here's why it's like that. So it's a thing. It's more and more people are having experiences like this, and they don't give a shit. They don't care. At the top, they don't care. As long as their check's clear, they don't care. Looking lean. I am cutting for a show. 15 days out. Good to see you, Addie. Long time no see. They did cut the funding. They did. That's part of it. JT, good to see you, sir. Sean John 3 a.m. And no, I didn't scratch the label off, and I wouldn't either. We haven't seen him back since. Sad. I'm not social justice warrior. I'm not scratching the name off my bottle. I love that damn fragrance. I'm not doing that shit. So, all right. So let me scroll down a little bit. Luna Rosa EDP. Luna Rosa EDP. You mean Ocean EDP? Because there's no Luna Rosa EDP. So are you talking about Ocean? Luna Rosa Ocean? I'm curious. Okay. God, I get so far behind so easy. Wearing Elysium by Roger Parfums. Okay, I actually made it to the bottom. Couldn't tell you. I got loose skin. If you figure something out, let me know, because I've got plenty of loose skin going on in my midsection. That's what happens when you were fat and then now you're not. That's what happens. So you let me know if you figure something out there that doesn't require surgery. Okay, I thought that's what you were talking about. All right, so we're going to stop right here. It's good to see you. Good to see you. So we're jumping into another one. So a recent love. Nobody's going to be surprised to see this one from me. Bad Boy Cobalt. Man, I have been feeling this. Yes, it does remind me in the opening a bit of Invictus Platinum, but it reminds me so much more of Original Coach for Men. It dries down very similar to that. The plum is nice and sweet and juicy at the top, and you lose it after a little bit. And it gets very fresh, spicy, clean, musky, super synthetic, and woodsy. I actually get really good performance out of this one. I'm actually going to spray my hand a little bit with this one. I love this fragrance. I was super late to the game. Shout outs to everybody that ever since it came out told me I needed to try it, that I would love this fragrance. All of you were right. I do love this. This is easy, like top 5 blue. We were ranking this as like top 5 for me. Oh, and it's so synthetic too. That's the thing. I could see how this would be a complete turn off, chemical mess headache for some people. Not for me. This is great stuff. I encourage you, if you're a blue fragrance advocate, you owe it to yourself to try this fragrance. Again, I was late to the game because I'm always trying new stuff. I'm always buying new stuff. I'm constantly buying fragrances. I have another fragrance buy package. I bought 6 fragrances again the other day. Dazzling Garden being the reason I bought it, one of the flankers for this line. It shipped 2 days ago, so I should have it tomorrow, I think, according to tracking. So, yeah, you owe it to yourself to try this one. This is more of a sweet blue. Synthetic and sweet. It loses its sweetness. That truffle and that plum do not stay for long, even though the truffle's in the base. It doesn't really give a whole lot of sweetness. After like an hour, the sweetness kind of kills off. If you want a sweeter twist on this, you should get the Elixir. The Elixir is much sweeter and thicker, but this is so much fresher and more wearable in warmer weather. So good. Carolina Herrera, Bad Boy Cobalt. A true love for me. It really is. And let's slide right on in. It got mentioned earlier. Wild Parfum. So insert Y flanker here. All of them are good. Now, the new Elixir is indeed disappointing. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not, but it's still a good fragrance. It's not as good as the rest. Like it can't hold a candle to this one, in my opinion. I think the EDP is superior, the EDP Intense. The original Eau de Toilette, I think is phenomenal. If you like aldehydes, that's a must. But this one, you still get the aldehydes. It's smoother. It's kind of a cross between, even though it's a parfum, it falls in between the EDP, which is extremely potent and sweet, and wildly fresh and aldehydic of the EDT. I think this blend actually falls in between. This is my favorite version of Y. If I was just to keep one, I would want the parfum. And that's kind of a trend for me. Usually I like the parfums the most. It's rare that I like an EDP or an EDT more than the parfum flanker. Performance is great on this. It's not as obnoxiously cloying as EDP can be. In the right setting, EDP is totally fine. It's super strong, but this one's kind of the happy medium where you get a lot of the strength without it being overwhelmingly obnoxious if you're moderate with sprays. But this is the one to try, in my opinion. Yves Saint Laurent Wild Le Parfum. And then we'll go right into the Leather Aquatic. Kenzo Homme EDP is very unique for what it is. This is a robust dark leather accord with a saltwater marine accord mixed with it, which makes it so interesting and unique. This is special. They have a new flanker, just got announced. Go to iFragrance and check it out. I didn't look at the notes yet. Starts with an S, the name of the flanker. Similar looking bottle to this one. It like starts off lighter and goes to this similar dark, super dark blue color. Like it's a different level of gradients. Whereas this is just straight up one color. It's more of a gradient design. So I didn't look into the notes, but I saw the post on iFragrance's IG story. But until further notice, this is still the best Kenzo Homme, according to me. The marine flanker that I got recently is really good. But this is the most interesting and most unique. This is one of the most unique aquatics I've ever smelled. This is a true blue with a dark leather accord. Beautiful stuff. Crazy potent, too. Beastly performer. And what the hell? Still one of my favorites of all time. For the longest time, I've said this is my favorite fragrance. And on any given day, it's got a shot at still being number one. But this is number one. But I guess this falls to number two then. I do like this more than the 2016. I've smelled the 2016. I'm happy to finally add it to my collection of full bottle when it gets here eventually. But powdery aquatic, floral, grapefruit, nice and woodsy, not too salty, makes me smile. It's so uplifting and bright. I've gotten more compliments out of this than any fragrance ever. This is my second bottle. I do have a third 50 ml bottle as well. This is one of the greatest fragrances of all time for me, in my taste. I love it. Again, used to be my number one. Now it's my number two favorite fragrance because it's Seraphine Blue. So sadly discontinued from what I understand. Glad I got more than one bottle. Not that I only wear it in the summer anyway. So God knows how long it'll take me to run through this 100 ml before I get to that 50 ml. But if you've never tried this and you like light blues, it's more of a light blue, very fresh, bright, and aquatic, you're missing out. And the reason it says the name of the fragrance, this is a tester, because I know somebody's going to ask. It says the name on the testers. And with that said, we'll get caught up on the chat before we get into the last six. We got six more. Francis with the 999 super chat. I sure appreciate that. Great content. Love your channel. Just showing some love. Mephisto Gentle Uomo. Great choice. Great choice. That is just so much fresher than this one. It really is. So I was torn between ranking my Xerjoffs and my Diors. I actually lined up all my Xerjoffs. Funny that you mentioned Gentle Uomo. And then I picked them back up and said, now I'm going to do Dior. I got more Diors. It makes more sense for me to do Dior first. So the reason I got the idea, shout out to Justin, I saw he ranked his Xerjoffs the other day, and it's been a little bit since I ranked anything from a house. And I was like, let me revive that format on my channel. And I was like, I'm not going to do Xerjoff. He just did Xerjoff. So let me do Dior. Dior makes more sense for me to kind of revamp this. So shout outs to Justin for the idea. You know, did get inspired by Justin doing Xerjoff. So I appreciate the 999 super chat. Cobalt's so damn good. It's perfect dumb reach blue while still smelling different from the rest. I'm with you on that, Hoffman. Dumb reach blue summery scent. Just picked up $20. Rue Broca Theorem. Smells like Tigar, but watery and fresh. It's got that twist to it. Love Tarathi Blue, and it's almost the same. Yeah, grapefruit, citrus goodness. Spray away. 20 bones. Bad Boy Cobalt's amazing. It's my favorite Carolina Herrera fragrance. Besides Bad Boy Extreme, it's my favorite Carolina Herrera fragrance, too. So fast, you still get loose skin, but not as much. Bad Boy Cobalt, and it's damn good. Huge fan of Coach for Men. It's good stuff. It's definitely got a similar dry down to it. Chopard's Cedar Malaki came back in stock. Ordered. I hope you enjoy it. That is a Joel Matrix recommendation that totally worked out. So supposedly it's like a real sage heavy twist on the DNA. Like all their flankers, aside from the cobalts, are just a kind of reformulating of the original. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've been an advocate for Bad Boy Cobalt. Work fragrance for 6 months in 2023. By the time I walk in the door, the fragrance is work friendly. Amazing. Mancera Aqua Wood. That's a great blue. That could have been here. It's not here. It could have been here. Bois 1920 Ultramare. Oh my fucking God. I've never smelled it. Yeah, absolutely worth saying. Super synthetic. Just know it's very synthetic. One of the most synthetic fragrances I've ever smelled. Who knew YSL Tuxedo works so well in the heat that bergamot and violet really shine in the warm weather? And that's, look, you never know if you don't just take a risk. Just because somebody tells you, oh, it's great for the cool weather, doesn't mean you got to only wear it for the cool weather. Look at the eastern side of the world. They wear super crazy pungent ouds in the middle of the summer. Scorching hot heat. So, hey, man, wear whatever. Just because certain things are ideal for certain scenarios, seasons, situations, doesn't mean that's the only thing they work for. Right here is a prime example with Rick. Prime example. You never know. I'm glad it's working out for you. Not too many people would give it a shot because they've heard so many times that it's not a summer fragrance, right? So glad you're enjoying it. Glad it worked out. I've never tried Jungle. It's pretty good. Just kind of last year when no one talked about it. I think I paid $90 for a 5.1. Ryan, good to see you, sir. Invictus Platinum, not my favorite, but it is really good. It's kind of got this medicinal opening, the way it comes across, and it's very herbal green while still tying to that sweet bubblegum aquatic DNA. I would put it above Victory, but not above Victory Elixir. Victory is actually my least favorite, and I do like it, but Victory is actually my least favorite Invictus flanker. If you had to choose over Seraphine Blue, over Isola Blue, if you could only have one. So here we go. This goes right back to my tangent earlier. So, my man, this is going to be a smart ass answer, and I love you. You hear all the time, so please don't get offended. When I tell you it's my favorite fragrance, which covers all almost 2,000 bottles, Seraphine Blue versus insert the name of fragrance here. Seraphine Blue is the one I picked. Isola Blue is the only other 10 I've given. So it's between the two. I get why you're asking, but this is my number one. And some won't believe me because it's one of George's fragrances. And I don't mean you. I just mean some of the hate watchers right now. All good. I love this that much. This is my favorite fragrance until further notice. That's bound to change one day. I never thought anything would top this for me, and it changed. You know? But yes, anybody else watching, if you want to know, do I pick this over any other fragrance you can name? The answer is yes. It is my favorite fragrance. I am so in love with that fragrance right now. Explorer Ultra Blue, meh. Dazzling Garden, I haven't tried yet. Chocolate Greedy, solid. Artisan Teal's underrated. And Shiaka Red, I wore last week. Smells very close to Reflection Man. What are your thoughts on this next batch? So, Ultra Blue, I didn't care for. I know Rick's a fan of that one. Middle of the road for me. Chocolate Greedy, I don't have. I've only smelled once, but Artisan Teal, I would say is my favorite of this bunch. Dazzling Garden, I just haven't tried yet. It hasn't gotten to me yet. I don't recall ever trying that. So, I just finished telling you, Daniel, that Bad Boy Cobalt is a top 5 blue fragrance for me. And why EDP Intense isn't even in my 15, the Le Parfum is. So if I was to ask you, what do you think my answer is, sir? What do you think my answer is? Exactly. Supposedly showed up Monday, so I'm excited. Then Seraphine Blue once it ships in June. So, and Daniel, I haven't seen your name a whole bunch over here. I've been seeing you lately. I hope you know I'm just fucking with you. I'm just picking around. Please don't get offended and get mad. I just like to play and pick with people in my live stream. It's affection. So sad that I have to reiterate that. And I'm not really reiterating it for you. It's for others watching. Because you've been here enough. I'm sure you get it. You've been here a lot lately. That Paris Corner Just Bergamot, and it's stunning for spring and summer. I haven't tried it. Darren J, good to see you. You Balm Ice, haven't done that in a long time. I have. Been a while since I've smelled it, though. I know it's the Iris fragrance. First Instinct Blue had performance. It is not a good performer, but it smells incredible. It's like a 3-hour fragrance at best, though. At the hospital getting my hand looked at. Damn. Well, I hope everything works out, man. Dawn Griffin, $10 super chat. In one of your videos, you said Seraphine Blue had a note that's heavy in that fragrance. Eucalyptus. What are some popular fragrances that's heavy on that note? Popular? None that I can think of. Certain fragrances have it, like I want to say Royal Mayfair from Creed, most notably comes to mind. Eucalyptus isn't widely used in perfumery. There was a time when it was, but my advice for this situation, Dawn, would be on June 1st, drop the $7 before the 10% off my link will give you on a 3 ml spray sample and try it for yourself to see if you like it. Because I can't tell you another. I keep getting asked, what's it relate to? What's it smell like? It doesn't smell like nothing else. It's rare to make a blue fragrance that doesn't smell like a bunch of other things. Now, somebody somewhere is going to say it reminds them of this, it reminds them of that. I haven't smelled all 2 million fragrances that have ever existed. I'm not saying there's nothing out there that doesn't have some kind of similarity somewhere. I just can't pinpoint anything that it smells similar to. So in this situation, trying to distinctly recommend a eucalyptus dominant fragrance to you, I think the best case scenario here is just get a sample on June 1st. But I appreciate the super chat. If there's a new one, there's one new one I would suggest in your chat choice to buy. For sure, it would be the Bois 1920 Ultramare. It would be the next hype. Maddie and Avea, is that how you say that? Williams Pros? Wow. All right, then. You can give me a smart-ass answer. I'm not offended. My man. I just really like Solar Blue, and our tastes don't usually align. Maybe I'll try a scent. I appreciate that. My man. I love when people can throw it back and pick back. You know what I mean? That's what, and not that you're picking back, but by all means, pick back. DJ, good to see you, sir. Gillette Gel Deodorant, a.k.a. Blue Chanel. So you're who put that in my comments earlier. In my overhyped video from last week, he put, you forgot the most overhyped Gillette Gel Deodorant fragrance of all time, Blue de Chanel. And I'm like, my man, that is just your experience. Most people like it. So to let you guys know, this dude thinks Blue de Chanel, I'm guessing the EDT, smells like Gillette Gel Deodorant. Gel deodorant. Oh, God. You want to talk about feel nasty underarm? I haven't wore like Right Guard since I was like 12 or 13. Don't like the way that feels. I'm a degree clear solid kind of guy. Have been for most of my life. But yeah, I disagree. But hey, if that's what it smells like to you, damn it, that's what it smells like to you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I disagree. Let's see. Well, welcome to the membership, my man. Welcome, welcome. Well, you got to school everybody like they in 5th grade. Sometimes I feel like I need to speak slow if you would read some of the comments I get. Sometimes I feel like I need to come on here and say, okay, so with this fragrance, it's going to start off with grapefruit citrus, not tart, more on the juicy side. Sometimes I feel like I need to do that shit. If you would read some of my comments that I get rid of, because I get rid of the bad comments, I get a lot of flack for that. Oh my God, you should read some of the stuff, Miss Heather. First time catching stream in about a week. Glad I made it. Scent of the day is Lamar. I still say that's their best release until further notice. Is Aventus cologne redundant to regular Aventus? Very much. It's still the same base DNA, but this is fresher and spicier. It's not as smoky. Still has all the musk. Doesn't have all the florals. Like, to me, it's better personally, but to each their own. I know a lot of people feel that way, but then again, others, Aventus is the greatest of all time. I get that too. I understand. But yeah, definitely redundant to one another. Still the same base DNA. But I appreciate the $2. Thank you, sir. No. You can't make your skin be more elastic just out of the blue. You know what I mean? Michael Ocean Noir hits. It's more of a dark blue, actually. I haven't worn that one in a long time. I love the way Cobalt smells, but I like the way EDP Intense performs. But hey, if it's in your top 5, I'm going to go with that Cobalt. Well, that's the thing. It's got to come down to what you like. If you really like EDP Intense, man, roll with EDP Intense. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Go with the one that suits you better. Torino 22 has eucalyptus, my third favorite fragrance. I'm pretty sure he had decants. Samples. So I love Hoffman. But remember how I was saying sometimes I feel like I got to speak slow? So if you go to Zaharoff.com and type in Coco Loco, there's your sample. So you didn't even look, man. You didn't even look because there it was. It was quick and easy. So yeah. He usually he drops samples for everything. Usually on launch he drops samples. Pre-orders you won't see samples, but as soon as he releases them, usually they have them. I love eucalyptus. Some people can't stand eucalyptus. That's an iffy note for some people. I get it. Not totally, but yeah, very green fragrance. I actually like the Eau Fraiche. The Eau Fraiche is my favorite of those two. Hey man, it's not lying to you. You know, I don't think you're lying. I know you believe that to be that. It smells like that to you. It just doesn't smell like that to me. I get kind of where you're coming from, but I can't recall the last time I smelled Gillette. Might smell spot on. Shit, I don't know. But to you, it smells spot on. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. Just saying I disagree. Staying lean, way late. Well, that's the thing. It's going to take time for the now that I've lost all the weight. I got to work on, red light therapy and things like that, which I haven't been doing. I don't have access to like I did when I was in Colorado Springs. The gym I had over there had a red light chamber. Kenzo Power, shout outs from Queens. How are you? Logic First Entertainment, love the name. 40 Knots did not make it. And speaking of, we need to dive into some more. Can we see a spray instead? I mean, if you really feel it's necessary, what the hell? Give it a little spritz in the air. Shit, that's good. I can't wait for you guys to smell this. And I can't wait to see the people that are going to say I'm out my mind, I'm crazy, I'm just chilling, it's not that good. Because we're going to see some of that too. We're going to see some of that too. I'm not lying, guys. It's how I feel about the fragrance. I can assure you not everybody's going to feel the way I feel about it. Some will, though. I swear I wasn't here when it wasn't there when I was buying. Well, it's there. It's there. It's been there since last summer. Really wanted that sample too. I feel like I like both a lot. Like sweetness from Cobalt better than the sweetness from Y Intense. Yeah, you don't get a lot of sweetness from Y Intense. Does YSL myself? It can. I would consider that more of a woody floral than something really all that blue, but it is mass appealing. There you go. That's fair. So we actually made it to the bottom. We're going to dive into another one. So one of the greatest fragrances of all time, in my opinion. This is a pivotal fragrance for me. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is my little 40 ml. I've been through multiple bottles. I got this from Marshall's on clearance for like $11 a few years back, and I hadn't had a bottle in a little while. So that's why I have this little bottle. Come on now. There we go. So I still take this over all the flankers. It's the weakest performing of the bunch. Son of a bitch, that smells so good, though. Salty, peppery, smoky, aquatic, citrus. Man, like 4 or 5 hours, nothing great in performance, but all-time great compliment getter for a lot of people. I got childhood friends that still rock this and Aqua de Jo. Shout outs to Keith. This is his 2 fragrances. Has been since he was, 20. That's what he wears to this day. And we're all 39 and 40 years old in my group of friends. So, yeah. 20 years he's been rocking this, and I've been rocking it that long too. Not my only fragrance, obviously. I've had many fragrances for many years, but this is Mount Rushmore for me. This and Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger are Mount Rushmore fragrances for me because they're so pivotal and meaningful in my life. And this was the one that made me realize just how much I was into fragrances back in 2005, because I've been into them most of my life. Since I was a kid, I've really enjoyed smelling good. Always have. Never really talked about it till we had this online community come up in the last decade or so, a little over a decade. But this is one of the greatest blues. Obviously, a light blue, named appropriately because it's so fresh and airy. But Still a blue synthetic, slightly aquatic, mass appealing fragrance. And we're going to slide right on into my favorite Polo Blue Parfum. A true homage to the original, just refined, warmer, smoother, a little bit more resinous, slightly darker, but still has that cucumber, watery, aquatic smell, a little green, very fresh and mass appealing, while still adding that refinement, like I was speaking on earlier. Solid performance too, long lasting, not loud. When you have a loud personality, you're a loud guy, you don't need a loud fragrance. That's a little much sometimes to always wear a beast and be loud. I'm loud. I have no delusions of who I am. I'm a loud guy. I talk a lot. I speak loudly and assertively. Strong presence and personality. Sometimes you want your fragrance to counter that, because too much aggressiveness is not always a good thing, especially with first impressions. You don't want your fragrance and your presence to assert dominance right away. A little bit of one or the other, sure, but you don't want to be just too assertive when making a first impression or going somewhere with a large crowd. So that's why I say fragrances like this really suit my taste more. Give me the longevity with a bit more subdued sillage, something that's a bit more personal and personable. And that's usually the stuff I like to wear more often than not. And that's where things like Polo Blue Parfum really come into play. I know a lot of people love Gold Blend, and before this came out, I was the same way. Gold Blend was my favorite. Gold Blend's my number 2 now, because I think this is the ultimate take on Polo Blue. And we're going to slide right on into the reason Isola Blue's not here. I figured we'd give it the day off, because I sing its praises all the time. One that I haven't sung its praises in a while is Elysium Parfum, because this is one of the greatest openings of all time. If you've never experienced the opening of this fragrance, get 1 ml somewhere, because it's going to be expensive. Shit's not cheap. And try this opening. Oh my God. Whew. This was the best fresh fragrance from them until Isola Blue and the Oligarchs came out. The most beautiful metallic citrus fruitiness I've ever smelled in the opening of a fragrance. This is the all-time great goated opening. I just sprayed like $20, those 2 sprays. I'm joking. It's not that much, but God, this smells good. It's been a little while since I've smelled it. This is so much better than the Parfum Cologne and the Eau Intense. This is the best one. It's the most expensive one, so it should be. But man, this is the one. This is the one. Not everybody's going to agree with me, but like I said, strong opinions in this live stream, and I stand on all of them. This is to behold. There's a ton of clones out there. None of them, not one of the Elysium Parfum clones capture the magic of this. They get close. They have a similar scent profile. Sure, they do good enough, but they don't evoke the same feeling. They don't have the same quality. They are not the same blend. It does not capture the magic of this opening. Another hill I'll die on and stand firmly on business with this opening. This opening is one of the greatest openings I've ever smelled. I've got a bunch of clones of this fragrance. None of them captivate me the way the original does. And it's absurdly expensive. It's way too over. It's overpriced. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not. It's overpriced for what it is, but damn it, it's beautiful. Elysium Parfum. An experience worth having. Just like everybody should try actual Aventus, I think everybody should try actual Elysium Parfum. Yeah, there's 10 ways to Sunday to smell like both Elysium and Aventus, but it's worth trying the real deal. I'm telling you. So we got 3 left. There's 3 good ones too. But we'll catch up on the chat real quick before we get into that. Doesn't miss when it comes to fragrances. Take that to the bank. That's another hill I'll die on. I'm right there with you. He does not miss. Good to see you, sir. All right, let's see. I didn't find a Coco Loco sample either. It didn't show up in the signature collect. So when you type in Coco Loco, it's one word. Because if you type it in spaced, it won't come up. I learned that when George initially launched. He typed it as one word because technically, whoops. There we go. Okay. Because technically, George spells it like this. Three capital C's and a capital L. One word. That's how George spells Coco Loco. See? So if you do Coco space Loco, it won't show up. You got to do it as one word. Oops. You got to do it as one word for it to show up. It's weird, but that's what he wanted. That's how it is. Literally, when I put the review out for the launch, he was like, that's not how I spell it. Talking about in my title. He's like, that's not how I spell it. I was like, all right, George, I'll change it in the title, because he's proud of how he spells it. He likes his quirkiness, and he's all about details. We've been over this many times over the years. George Zaharoff is all about the details. And there's beauty in being that way. There really is. But that leads to stuff like this. So if you don't spell it as one word, Coco Loco will not come up on the site. One that's really close is Mercedes-Benz Ultimate. It's like 50, 60 bucks from discounters, but it's really close. I would call it very inspired by, maybe not necessarily clone. What is a Sheriff fragrance, but can't stand this? Oh, you meant Seraphine Blue. Yeah, I don't know what Sheriff is. Can't stand the smell of eucalyptus, and you won't like this. You won't like Seraphine Blue. Herod, great choice. Never tried that from Darren Allen. Have a third from the original batch of light blue. Oh, wow. This might be a hot take, but I think Solidarity is superior to light blue. Well, it's very much in the same vein. I've spoken on that many times when I've talked about it. It's kind of like light blue. I'm not going to argue with you on that. You know, you won't hear a gripe from me. It's a great take. Not a hot take. I agree. Same class. And they don't smell identical to one another, but there's some strong similarity. I'm with you on that. Watching and relaxing after work. Glad you could join us, Terrence, with Polo 67. What's up, Oos? How are you, sir? Calvin Klein obsessed. Late 90s turned a lot of us into frag heads. Mid 90s did it to me. Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger. That was the one. Richie Cleats, good to see you, sir. Wearing Dylan Blue. So that's actually the next one we're going to cover. No, sir. I covered that about 5 minutes ago. No, sir. Very unique. So my recommendation to you will be when it launches to get a sample so you can experience it for yourself. And you're going to say, but I want to get it on the pre-sale price. Well, that's the decision you have to make, sir. I've given my opinion very firmly on this fragrance multiple times now. Doesn't remind me of anything. It's very unique for what it is. It's so hard to do. I was so proud of Claude and George. Soft Livestream, I was so proud of them. It's so hard to make a unique blue. Mumbo and Legend EDP. The way to go if I don't have money for Percival. It doesn't smell just like Percival. Legend, regular Legend smells closer to Percival, but you're not going to get the performance. Legend EDP is actually my favorite version of Legend. It's a lot smoother. You get more violet leaf. It's a warmer, fruitier smell. It's less like Percival than the EDT, but it's a really good fragrance. Or save up for Percival. Some fragrances are worth it. Get you a 75 ml of that. Save up to like 150, 160 range from discounters for a 75 ml. Buy less cheapies for a little while and save up for that. Get a sample and try it. Make sure you want it first. Strongly encourage that. And then skip the cheapies for a little while and save up. Because that's the thing. Most people buy a bunch of cheapies. And if you just skip cheapies for a little bit, you can get that one you really want. That applies here. I agree completely. Oh, you owe it to yourself. Go to any department store. They'll have it. Any department store and check it out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just ordered a sample Coco Loco the other day. Hell yeah. On the bottle, it reads Coco Loco. So that's the way it's split on the bottle. But if you look closer, it's not really all that split. It's just the way the contour goes. But you notice the O's are small. So he did it the same way. It's very intentional. George's moves with intent when he does things. He definitely does. So we got 3 left. And like I said, Dylan Blue was indeed there. So we'll cover that one next. My example that I like to give when people ask, is there a fragrance that you just did not like at first that you changed your mind on over time? This is the glaring example. I had one of those little mini bottles that you just pop the cap off and you had to like dab it. I put it in an actual spray atomizer, a little decant. I did not like this fragrance. I did not understand, how do people like this? Why do people like this? How can you get a compliment off this? This smells overly rich and synthetic and just awful. Took me 5 tries to warm up to it. Then I fell in love with it. By the time I got to the 7th or 8th try of wearing it, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. I always relate it to the first time I drank a Heineken. It's like, ugh. And the second, by the time I got halfway through the beer, I was like, it's pretty damn good. Next Heineken was delicious. The following Heineken, literally a little 10 minutes later, was delicious. Had to acquire the taste, is the moral of that story. That's what happened here. It's the same thing with fragrances. Sometimes you need to acquire the taste. Your sense of smell is its own palate, just like your taste buds. Sometimes you will or will not acquire the taste for a certain fragrance. Sometimes it'll grow on you. Sometimes it'll just be off-putting. This was off-putting at first, and it grew on me to where I love recommending this. I love wearing it. It's a beautiful fragrance. Super synthetic, aquatic, citrus, smoky, woody. This encompasses a lot of different elements. It's kind of a Franken fragrance when it comes to blues. There's a lot of shit going on here. A lot of synthetic shit going on here. Go nose blind to it, but it gets compliments. It's highly versatile. You can do everything with this. In every season, this could be your one fragrance. It is a true signature scent-worthy fragrance that I did not like at all at first. And now I love. I think it's one of the 15 greatest blue fragrances ever made. Versace Dylan Blue. And we're going to slide into the ever so hard to get and elusive French Riviera. My favorite fresh Mancera fragrance. I love this fragrance. I wish it was more readily available for more of you to get it. It's not a special profile. It's a special wearing experience. It's the feeling that I get when I wear it. That's why I rave about this. It's such a relaxing fragrance. It's such a soothing, cool, chill summer day. And when I say cool, I don't mean temperature, just laid back, chilling in a good mood with a smile on your face. Those button-up Hawaiian shirts I like to wear, shorts above the knees. Like my guy Dedrick likes to say, shorts above the knees. Watch how you speak to me when I'm wearing shorts above the knees. Shout out to Dedrick. I love when he says that. It's the truth. There's flexibility when those shorts are above the knee. You don't fuck around, you know? But yeah, this is that vibe. Shorts above the knees, leather sandals, you know, thong style sandals through the toe, flip flopping around a little bit. Beach in my case, beachside, eating at Sharky's or Pineapple Willie's or something along those lines, you know, just one of those kinds of days, just chill. Even just going to Rudy's, get some barbecue or some turkey or some brisket. Oh man, I haven't done that in a while. Can't wait. Yeah, I can have the turkey. I just can't have the sauce. It's all the sugar. I can bring my own sauce, but I haven't. But this is an above average performer, not a beast. Not loaded with florals. It has the tiare, however you say it, big floppy white flower, what I like to call it. It's more of a creamy than it is powdery white floral smell. Citruses, watery aquatic, clean musk. Again, not a special, crazy, unique, fresh aquatic, but it's a vibe. It's kind of corny and cliched to say something's a vibe when it comes to a fragrance, but son of a bitch, it's a vibe. It just is. And those of you that have gotten to try it, that are in the chat talking about it right now, you know what I'm coming from with this, because it's such its own unique, laid-back vibe. And last but not least, what I deemed to be the greatest blue of all time until I got Seraphine Blue, Bleu de Chanel Parfum. This is my number 2 blue, number 3 overall fragrance, I guess. Technically, not really. No. When it comes to blues specifically, my number 2 overall behind Seraphine Blue. When it comes to just fragrance overall, it's Seraphine Blue and Invictus Opera 2018. Because I respect this more than Invictus Opera 2018. Because this is true refinement for a blue fragrance. If I was to recommend to you the blue fragrance to wear with a suit and tie, you business professionals, this is it. Yes, the other Bleu de Chanel's work just as well, but this is smoother, warmer, more resinous wood. It's just smoother and more professional. It's a classy blue. And it's loaded with synthetics. That's the crazy thing, but it's so smooth at the same time. It's cashmere wood and Isoi Super, man-made aroma chemical woody notes, sandalwood, lemon. Just it loses some of that smokiness from the EDP. Long-lasting, not a loud fragrance. This is perfect for those of you that wear a suit on a regular basis but want some mass appeal to your life. Bleu de Chanel Parfum. And that covers the 15 in an hour and 10 minutes. I'm proud of myself. Pat on the back. Got 181 watching. I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I was being a little bit more animated than usual because I have been dog ass tired. And the only joy today has been this live stream because I had to do cardio fast this morning, then legs, then high intensity intervals after legs. I've been dog ass tired. I had back-to-back energy drinks leading into this so I could perk up, so I could have some energy to talk to you guys because I have been a caffeine junkie this week. Can't wait to get back to eating carbs so I don't have to have as much caffeine to get me through the day. Because no, it's not healthy to have all this caffeine. I get it. But I got to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? I did not put EGE here. I looked at it. I eyeballed it. But I did not put it here. There is no specific rankings. It was just 15 in general. Cedrat Boisé. Haven't tried Elysium Parfum, but the cologne version has amazing opening. Just didn't last long. The Parfum is superior, but it's way more expensive. You're going to keep that in mind. About to go old school with the Houston. Rainy day here. Intense Cedrat Boisé. I get like wet grass lawnmower vibes from it in a good way. Hey, at least it's in a good way. Interesting take, though. Legend Intense was the best one. It absolutely was. And it was a true intense flanker to the original EDT. It's just sad they discontinued it. So the EDP, based on what's available, is my favorite. But the actual best one they ever made, I'm with you, is Legend Intense. Newt, good to see you, sir. Balder Freak. Sprite in a bottle, basically. It's true. The real deal is the magic. I had Milestone, but Milsim Imperial has something special. That's usually the case. Good evening from Germany. What do you think about Incense Ultramarine? I've never tried that one. Love the way the bottle looks, but I've never tried it, actually. I know. Into the Wild. Yeah, he did a great job with that. So I'm saying I haven't tried any of his other stuff, though. I'm not familiar with his full body of work. Oh, no. He's being serious. No, he's in the stuff he was saying earlier. He's being serious. He's good, Joel. He's good. Same experience with Dylan Blue, and I think it came down to not being used to heaps of Ambroxan. It does have a lot of Ambroxan. All beer gets better the more you drink. She's still... She hasn't like gone gaga over Seraphine Blue. She thinks it smells really good. She tells me I smell really good every time. But the Silver Mountain Water and Fierce DNA are still her top two DNAs, especially the Silver Mountain Water DNA. That's her number one. Like, I'm confident if I was to put these two next to her, she would probably pick Mephisto. Yeah, that's more her. Yeah, I think. Because, again, she's complimented me every time I've worn Seraphine Blue. She's like, oh, you wearing that again? You really do love that. It does smell good. But not like, oh, God, you smell so good. Not like when I wear something Silver Mountain Water. Don't get no better. Schlitz malt liquor. Come on now. I'm catching my throat. Oh, here we go. Yeah, got to put the shorts emojis, like Dedrick was saying the other day. Sprayed on around 6:30. Just came home, took my shirt off, and I smell it strong on me still. Yeah, stuff's crazy strong. Between My Greek Lover or French Riviera on a summer. Ooh, that's tough. I got to go French Riviera, though, because that's top 10 in my collection. My Greek Lover is special, though. Came through once again. Montal Fougères Marine. Better long-lasting version of Tommy. It's exactly what I was hoping it would be. It's not identical. The opening's pretty damn close. It does dry down a little different, but that's as close as it gets to a quality version of Tommy, for sure. No, it does not. It definitely does not. Yeah, it's been out for like a month now, roughly. Why you gotta bring Cadbury eggs into this, man? Why do you fucking hate me? Why do you hate me? The one thing I'm dying to have that I've been eyeballing in 15 days, I get to have some. My coach told me Saturday night and Sunday, and I quote, you can eat whatever you want. I said, you sure? She said, yes, literally whatever you want. She said, because then we're right back to it for the next 4 weeks. I was like, all right, because I'm driving from Baton Rouge back to Florida. So on Sunday, I'm stopping at Taco Bell. I'm getting 2 hamburgers, extra pickles, extra onions with a large fry, no salt from McDonald's. I'm having those 2 fast food meals, and I'm eating a bunch of Cadbury caramel eggs. Yeah. I'm going to put 10 pounds on Sunday, 10 pounds of water. Boom. fill out. I'm going to be jacked like a son of a jacked to the gourd on Monday because I'm going to fill out so much. But then I'm right back to my diet because I got another show in 28 more days. So, but boy, Saturday night when I get off a stage, and especially Sunday, I'm going to be the inner fat boy will be coming out. You hear me? Oh man, good to see you, Tyler. Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Glitter Chanel Parfum was done by Olivier Polge, and the other two were done by his dad. He took the DNA created by his dad, modernized and perfected it. I like how you said perfected it because I'm with you on that. Prowlin Rosa Carbon. Ladies and gentlemen, the birthday boy has arrived. Everybody tell the Nigerian giant Omas happy birthday. Today is his birthday. Tomorrow we'll be live on here doing a live giveaway. Super chat buy-in, minimum $1 to get on the wheel. We will be spinning. He is giving away a 50 ml bottle of the discontinued, and when I say 10 out of 10, I mean 10 out of 10, Oligarch Parfum, the slightly superior version of Isola Blue, because it's a little bit denser than Isola Blue. Super generous of him. So we will be live 5 o'clock Central tomorrow. I'll be setting that up tomorrow after the gym like I normally do. I set my live streams up either in the morning before the gym or right after I get back to give you guys several hours heads up. But we will be live tomorrow. Everybody let Jordan know happy birthday. Sorry about missing the stream. I'll check the replay. Ghost in the Shell. My bottle's right here. I haven't wore it yet. I'm kind of debating because it's like I got to put Seraphine Blue down beforehand, but I want to wear this. Actually did get really good when it dried down. Speaking of legend, I have a full review on it if you'd like to check it out on the channel. Absolutely. All three versions of Elysium are Blue Scents. It's all the same formula, just rebalanced. Got an unsolicited compliment from Wifey today with Fougères Marine. Good call with this Montel Ross. Good to see you, Mikey. It's a damn good fragrance. Honey Oud is still the most impressive Montal fragrance to me, but if I had to just keep one, I got like 13 or 14 bottles from them, it's Fougères Marine because it's niche Tom. That's the one because Tommy's an all-time great for me. Mount Rushmore fragrance, like I was saying earlier, but glad you guys are enjoying it. You put him back, kicked him out too fast, my bad. No, you didn't kick him out. Come on now. She's looking at mushroom coffee. Too much coffee. I don't like mushroom, though. I had 2 cups of black coffee this morning because I don't want to get nasty with you guys. But let's say relieving myself has gotten more of a challenge the last couple of days. And leading into peak week, it's going to be that much. So drinking black coffee has been what I've had to do in the mornings. That's one of the reasons I haven't weighed myself because what's the point? It's not accurate. I'm fasted, but I'm not dropping the weight that I need to drop before I get on the scale. You follow me. You're picking up what I'm putting down here. So I've been having to drink bitter-ass black coffee. I put a little bit of sweeten low to have some sweetener, but I can't have the dairy, so I can't put – we don't have any non-dairy creamer. We have no fat-free creamer, but I need to go buy some non-dairy creamer so I can put a little bit because black coffee's rough. Even the Donut Shop Dark Roast, which is delicious with cream and sugar, but with neither, it's rough. It's rough. I put down a 6-ounce – weighted, didn't work, so I put down an 8-ounce K-cup after. So I had 14 ounces of black coffee this morning with 1 pack of Sweet and Low in each. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? But yeah, speaking of coffee, what's going on, man? Hi, haters. Make sure to say hello to them. Hey, guys. Or like I did the other day on Dedrick's channel. So hi, bitches. Because, of course, they came out in droves to talk shit. Anytime subscribers only isn't turned on when I'm on somebody else's channel. A little group of them come talk their little shit. They come blow me kisses and tell me hello. You know, they're so sweet. Big fans. Big fans. Some of them are watching right now. Wasn't even aware. Previous comment about the Montal. Yeah, hell yeah. So if you didn't know, Money Mitch is also the cousin for you wrestling fans, which I don't know if Jordan knew. The cousin of Jay, Jimmy, Solo. That is the cousin of the Usos. He is Anoa'i family. You know, that's why he always calls me Us. So, hope you had a good one. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun, underrated. Very underrated. We'll hang out for about another 10 minutes. We'll get to an hour and a half, and we'll shut it down. Percival on today. Can't wait to put my nose on it. Hell yeah. Heading into work, I will put my pre-orders with my lunch break. You have a great evening. You smell great with your Spice Bomb Night Vision EDT on. Thinking of picking up a creed for my birthday in a few weeks. Pretty torn between Aventus Cologne, Original Santal, Aralfa, and Virgin Olive Water. Holy shit. So I can tell you right now, Aralfa is my least favorite of those. Just me personally. If it's me, it's Creed Aventus Cologne, but man, I got a lot of love for Original Santal and Virgin Olive Water. That is tough, man. That is tough to choose from. You're good with any of them, but man, it's real. I think the hardest two is Aventus Cologne and Original Santal for me personally. If I'm putting myself in your shoes, that's my conundrum. Virgin Olive Water special. Like I've said, everybody's coconut fragrance, they want it to be their Virgin Olive Water. I stand on that. But Aventus Cologne and Original, like you're talking to a huge Original Santal fanboy here. But Aventus Cologne's my favorite creed. So best of luck to you, my guy. Best of luck. That's a tough one. It's going to be a Saturday for the record books. Yeah, hell yeah. Look up Jacked Brownies on Instagram. They're going to be there. And my coach said she gets a little goodie bag with some Jack Brownies and stuff like that for all the competitors. So tearing that shit up as soon as I get off stage. It's going to be a picture of me digging into that shit with my spray tan all orange with my posing trunks on and shit. I can't wait. Guys, all I think about is food. Every waking minute I'm thinking about food because my food's boring as shit. Yeah, everybody let him know. Happy birthday. Blue Talisman. Oh, I'm jealous. Everybody showing some love, telling the Nigerian Giant happy birthday. Now I know where I'm at in the chat. Hell yeah. Everybody's piling it on. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Show some love. Cadbury Cream Egg McFlurry in the UK would blow your mind. I've heard about that. I'd love to try it. They have a Cadbury Cream Egg ice cream. I forgot which country it's in. I'd love to try that. I'm a Cadbury guy. Caramel eggs specifically, but of course I love the cream eggs too. And the chocolate ones. Yes, sir. Everybody's still telling love. I had one brand of mushroom coffee, and it was more like chai than coffee. Okay. Mildly into collecting. I don't want to give you a generic answer because you probably have a lot of the standard stuff then if you're into collecting. The Versace's and probably have something Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage and all the basic stuff I'm sure you have. So I would say to maybe start exploring Issey Miyake a little bit more. Issey Miyake L'Odyssey Vetiver. Maybe if you want something tropical, maybe try Fusion Dissy or Fusion Dissy Extreme. Check out the new Solar Lavender. Check out some Issey Miyake flankers. They're affordable. They're on the unique side. They kind of do their own thing. They don't just do trends like most of the designers. And you can get most of them anywhere from $40 to $60 from discounters online. Check out some stuff on Issey Miyake. Not even a specific fragrance. There's a lot of good stuff to explore. Check out Issey Miyake. It kicked off my love. Mine too. That was when black coffee's the only way to drink coffee. See, I don't really drink coffee though. I'm doing it out of necessity right now. I don't really drink coffee. My wife is the coffee drinker. I know. I just can't stand it. Yeah, see, I'm not much of a coffee drinker. Something like Fraghead's Asylum. Yeah, it's very synthetic. Smelled like a shirt and had 2 days later, I could still smell it on the shirt. Road Wave coffee. Great bean flavor. Like choosing a perfume. Caught the live this time. Blue Agave by Precious Liquids. I've heard that's fantastic. Just got a whiff of some morning coffee and I run to the bathroom. Yeah, I wish. Ooh, damn. Sorry to hear that. Ventus Cologne's my favorite too. They said Seraphine Blue is a very unique fragrance, but if you were to compare it to them, that's hilarious. So I've addressed this like 3 times already in this live stream. That's hilarious. Long time lurker, but new to the live. I appreciate you, but I got no answer for you, my man. It's unique. It doesn't remind me of anything. It's an interesting blend because you got iris, you got a sea breeze, misty aquatic with the resinous qualities of the original signature Porum DNA. Heavy eucalyptus at the top. It's very unique for what it is. It doesn't remind me of other fragrances. I'm not trying to put on a mad scientist cap to try to make believe mix something to try to paint you a picture because I just can't. I just can't. Molinard's Fig, that's a great fragrance. Let's see. I appreciate y'all. I hope you're having a great birthday, man. I'm assuming you and the wife are going somewhere this evening. Crunchy McFlurries. I could go for an Oreo McFlurry. That would be amazing. Oh, that would be amazing. Kara, good to see you. LeBeau EDT. Oh, here you go with that Castoreum eggs crap again. Man, you need to get over yourself with that. You ain't turning me off of them, bro. New York Nights, great choice. From what I understand, it's pretty damn good fragrance. I've just never tried Aquajo Absolute. That's a great fragrance. That's where it is, Australia. Yep. Heidi came across it a while back on TikTok and showed me. I'm like, why would you show me something that doesn't exist here? God, yes, I'd love to try that. We just say it's great green issy to grab now before the supply dries up. See, for those of you that were here earlier, see, he's entertaining himself. Jay's a little shithead. I'm telling y'all, Jay's a shithead. He's my shithead, but he's still a shithead. Yeah, I get asked I would say almost every hour since the video came out. I have a comment across somewhere because I got content, multiple pieces of content now because Sin of the Day shorts, and they're on Instagram as well. It's been featured. It's going to be in the weekly rotation on Sunday. It was featured in a video yesterday. It's going to keep happening. I'm used to it, but the answer is not going to change. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I get it. There's a lot of intrigue right now, and I'm the only source for the answers right now. I understand completely. I get it. And I'm being straight with you guys. I'm always straight with you guys. Fair enough. That's the name of it. We referenced it earlier when I talked about the EDP. So I haven't looked at the notes. We need to do a split with High Fragrance. I haven't done one in about a month. I try to let the new release announcements pile up before we go do it. So we got at least 4 or 5 interesting ones to go look at. Smell like banana bread. So my wife has this caramel smelling stuff, this lotion, shower gel, body bar fragrance. It's crazy strong. It's sweet cream caramel. It's been driving me fucking crazy. I asked her to stop wearing it for right now because it's making me want caramel. So, because my favorite thing's caramel, chocolate and caramel, Cadbury caramel eggs. Chocolate and caramel is my jam. And that's what she's been smelling like lately. You're killing me, woman. It does not help to smell. That's why I haven't been wearing a lot of sweet fragrances. It does not help. Your hat even looks a little big. Yeah, all my hats are getting bigger. I want to show y'all something. Speaking of, okay, we went to the rack stores. I went to TJ Maxx. I was a kid the last time these fit. Okay, this is a Philadelphia Phillies Low Pro 5950. I normally wear a 7 1/8. You see how well this fits? This is a 6 7/8. It's a fucking 6 7/8. Normally, when I'm not dieting, a 7's really snug on me. Certain 7s will fit. Maybe I got to stretch them a little bit, but 7 1/8 is my standard size. I can, and all my 7 1/8s are huge on me right now. They're floating. I can't wear them. I've been wearing snapbacks and small mediums and flex fits and stuff like that. I tried this on and I was like, fuck it. It was only $10. I love the hat. Even though I can only wear it for a little while for when I'm cutting, I now have a fitted Low Pro that I can wear 6 7/8. It's the only 6 7/8 I own. See, this is fitted, but this is a medium. 47 brand medium, which it's a little big on me. I would technically need a small right now. And draped on me. So we're about to hit that hour and a half. Let me get to the bottom. We're going to shut it down. I knew you'd like that, Jay. It's my shithead. Blue Agave. I've been wanting to try it. I have been wanting to try it. Let me skip to the bottom. Miss Heather, I'm glad you hung with us the whole time. You really got to see me get animated today. I was very animated today because I started off letting you guys know there's going to be some strong-ass opinions in this live stream because I'm ready to talk today. It's a topic that I'm very passionate about. I knew there was going to be a lot of questions about this on top of that. I had a blast. I hope you guys had some fun. Just know don't take any of this stuff I'm picking with you guys about too seriously. I'm just having some fun. Just play back with me. That's all. Phillies #1 in MLB. There you go. Stop it. So Shout outs to Joe Anthony. They have Sour Patch Kid Oreos that just came out limited edition. Bought a pack yesterday. I can't eat them yet, but I bought them, so I'll have them just in case they run out soon. And those caramel Reese's cups, I bought 2 of those 2 packs. Like, I'm stocked up on candy. Like, I see certain things that are limited. I'm like, I'm going to get that, so when I can eat it again, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to pace myself. I'm not going to gorge myself after the contest because I don't want to just blow up. I don't want to lose all the abs and everything. Like, I want to stay under 15% body fat in the offseason because I'm competing again next year. I don't want to have as much weight to lose. I want to be able to have an easier cut. So, but I'm planning on eating a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to sit and act like I'm not, but I'm going to space it out. I'm going to have certain days of the week where I can eat that stuff. I'm going to carb cycle is what it's going to come down to. Good to see you, Sir Arrow's Flame. I've never smelled another fragrance like it. That is super unique, actually. It's funny that you say that. It sounds nasty to some, I'm sure, but I bet they're going to be good. It was a little small pack. I said, screw it. I want to try them. So, and on that note, Josh, good to see you, my man. Brass and Soul, great choice. Pandering for my interview tonight. Yeah, for those of you who didn't know on IG, he's going to have Justin on tonight. So with that said, we are at 1 hour and 31 minutes. I appreciate you guys hanging with me, especially all of you that stuck here from start to finish, such as Miss Heather. I'm proud of you, and I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging with us the whole time. I believe tonight she's on with Dedrick in a little while with Dedrick and Jared. So there's a couple other live streams going on. If you're on IG, go check out Josh and Justin. Here on YouTube, it's going to be Dedrick, Miss Heather, and Jared, the Bishop, over on Dedrick's channel. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for hanging with me. Thank you to everybody who gave super chats, the new members, the member renewals. I appreciate all you guys, seriously. And check out today's video if you haven't yet. One of the 2 put out 2 videos this morning. And until next time, well, actually tomorrow, we'll be live giveaway, super chat buy-in for a bottle of Oligarch Parfum to celebrate the Nigerian Giant's birthday. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.